Alrighty then, so I am borrowing a friend's mic to see how this overlay audio works. Alrighty then. So right now what I'm just doing is I decided I needed to make all these royal palaces livable for children because a lot of the ones, like I told you guys, I download them off of the gallery. And so some of them, like this one, doesn't really come with a space for toddlers and children to like live and sleep and play. So I did like a makeshift one upstairs for the time being, but I thought I should finally, before the series truly kicks off, go ahead and make it for realsies. So I honestly never put the walls up. So when I put those walls up and saw those posters, I was like, whoa, I didn't know all this stuff was here. So I went ahead and added a little bit to the main rooms of the king and queen, like her crown from prom and her bachelorette party signature things. And I didn't really add much to the king mother and king father's room. But this is the room I decided to change into Prince Amir's room. And I'm going to keep it with the theme of blue because that's their royal colors. I tried to do a mix of like toddler and kiddish things because he honestly doesn't have very long before he turns into a child, but that doesn't mean he doesn't deserve a nice place to stay until then. So that's what this is. Went ahead, got him, so you'll see like both kind of dresses like little cubbies for toddlers, but also a dresser for like once he's a child. Um, I got my little bookshelf. I also tried to, you'll see later on in the video, I start to kind of like add a lot of little decorations and stuff. Because once again, I'm not a builder, but I will redecorate in small bits from time to time. I've never worked with clutter before because once again, I usually have my walls completely down and I usually do not mess with like extra tidbits. But I'm trying. Woohoo for exploring. I said woohoo. Sorry. In Sims, tell me something totally different. Um, they're supposed to be going for like a more traditional classic, very much a big thing on intelligence. Books, libraries, that's kind of like their thing. Um, Once again, like this is my first time like really getting into decorative. Like usually I decorate for function whenever I play my game because my Sims are hardly ever home in any of my other gameplay. So this is my first time doing gameplay where they will spend a significant amount of time at home, so it should probably look nice. Though I will quickly get rid of like a lot of the play stuff because it dawned on me. I was like, hey, you know what? They're filthy rich. He can have a room and a playroom instead of having to squeeze everything into this little room here. Um, but yeah, so and then I tried to give them windows, and I quickly remembered that I'm starting on the bottom floor, so they're underground. There's nothing for him to look outside of the window for. Yeah, so this is actually their first floor, which is underground, like the basement floor. If you can't tell, that's the pool next door to them. This was my attempt at clutter, and you'll see it does not go very well. I don't even know where to put the books. I put a little board once again. I don't deal with walls, so I couldn't figure out how to put something on the wall at first. But I got it. So, go me. We learning new things every day. Um, I thought, maybe at least a Monopoly board since it can't actually be played. But then I thought, no, that's definitely more a clutter item for the bedroom, even if he's not able to play it. Though I think I actually forget to still do it. I moved that backpack like 3 times, I think. And yeah, I kind of thought they had like more clutter for kids, but thinking they have more of anything for children in The Sims is like it's not a good bet. That is a custom content computer, so it's specifically for the school mod that I have on my on my game. Shoot, I really wish I remembered the name of it. That's another mod of a journal because I decided I wanted like my royal family to be able to keep a royal memory book. As soon as I'm able to download that photo mod when my computer stops acting funky, you know, and I have to have more photo options, I'll do that too. Um, but yeah, this is my makeshift one in the meantime. because as you can tell, it was a regular bedroom, and I just added a couple of toys and his bed. But now I was like, this can be his playroom. This would be all for him. And that's little Prince Amir over there. Look at him in his little toddler onesie. He's so cute. Um, Once again, me and decorating, I usually decorate for functions, so forgive me if this is not the prettiest build you've ever seen, okay? Well, I shouldn't even say build, I'm not building Jack Diddley Squad. But if this is not I don't understand why getting rid of the plant made it brighter. Was the plant soaking up all the light? I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand that. But I tried to give them like a toy, and I always think that like their toys are like super duper small. Like I get that they're toddlers and stuff like that, but like why is it to like the size of their foot? Okay, that's ridiculous. When I had toys, I had big toys. Okay, when I was a child, I had a toy car. I could put a whole Barbie doll inside of it. All right, they should be able to do the same. Um, But yeah, this is just me trying to fit as much stuff in here as possible. I decided that does not need to be in there because this is a toddler's playroom. He wants to go play on a computer, he can go do so elsewhere. Go somewhere, Grandpa. And added out room for that. So like when he has company over, he can play. He can get some skills up. And still have fun. A lot of these mods are like child and toddler friendly. So like the trampoline, the basketball, the car thing, I think the kitchen and stuff too. Yeah, spatial awareness is not my friend. Like even just, I finished working and I needed to get my gaming chair into my car and frickin' couldn't do it. I had to ask my coworkers, and they were like, "Yeah, no, you just do it like this." And I was like, "Oh my God, that is so much simpler than what I was doing." Whew. So me and Tetris are not besties, okay? So this is when I figured out I should probably start like revamping the rest of the rooms just a little bit too, since I need to make them a little smidge more livable. And it kind of works as also like a tour. I was like, that gaming is so out of place. And it also kind of works as like a tour, kind of the place. That's their study, the royal office. I don't know why King Idrigo's in there playing games, it seems like. But that's technically the royal office. It's got the royal correspondence box and everything. I decided that this little guest house over here did not need to be a spare bedroom because, it took me forever to kick some people out of this place. And I was just like, why is this like this? Why is this a whole other spare bedroom? And I was like, maybe it was for like the servants or something originally, and that was like the idea behind it. But I don't want that. So I was like, let's turn it into like a little debate like area or like podium for them to talk about important things with each other. So I was like, when you have like a monarchs meeting, and normally I have them go meet up at like a library or something like that. But I was like, maybe it'd be cooler if we had the monarchs meetings in their own homes. So maybe every, mansion I make from this point forward, or we decorate from this point forward, we'll have like a little area that's kind of similar. Um, of course, reflecting that place's, style, but, you know, and skill set and stuff like that. But, since they're big on research, debate, books, that type of deal, classical things like the violin, um, I was like, oh, this will be how theirs is set up, two bathrooms, and once again, this is me trying to clutterify something, and I'll get better. I'll get better. I just gotta look at these items more. But yeah, so, but I also just kind of want stuff for them to do because I also know that like they get bored really easily. But I kind of would like for the monarch meeting to be separate if it is going to be at the houses. I like this idea of it being separate from the house so that they're not being like eavesdropped on and stuff like that. We just finished Christmas. Well, technically, we just finished um, New Year's. So I guess it is about time to get rid of the Christmas decorations. Um, and then this room, I was like, we don't need another bedroom. Like, one spare bedroom is fine. Guest bedroom, or maybe if a servant needs to take a quick power nap. Coolio. But we don't need, this many. Okay? One is enough. So I decided I'm gonna turn into like kind of like an artsy room. Like I said, I kind of wanted every kingdom to kind of have their their focuses of this is not to say if you live in this kingdom you have to be a book nerd and you have to like painting and stuff like that, but it is kind of like their theme, because remember I don't do my gameplay based off of actual ethnicities. While I do for some of them like slide a little bit of cultural stuff in there, I still never want to misappropriate someone's culture. So I am never going to be like, this is the Asian kingdom, or this is the, you know, Hawaiian kingdom, this is the African kingdom. Because I don't know how any of those actual nations actually work or operate, and I play this game for funsies. So I'm also just right here giving more stuff for kids to do, you know. A little sprinkler system, a little bucket of water for fights and stuff like that. And now there's somebody at my door. But oh yeah, like I said, just adding some little decorative things for like summertime for the kiddos um, when they come by. Even though most of the time now the kiddos like go out places, because I was like, why not? Even though that's a slightly unrealistic that like a 10, 12-year-olds or 10-year-olds, however old the children are just going off places by themselves without any kind of parental supervision. But you know, we're just gonna ignore that because you can also live as a teenager by yourself, you know. And that's not as common, at least that I know of. You know, it's definitely possible, but I just don't find that to be as common in my life. Anyways, what was it for Tender Secret Service around? Yeah, that's what we'll do. So yeah, so this is kind of like their little artsy room, their creative room. I decided to change the table so it didn't look so kiddish, so like everybody can come in here and play this game, even though because the kids have the same table like right next door, but the kids can play that too. And so that, I believe, is the end. I was just, doing it big. And minimize the screen. So, oh, it was right at the end, too.